Oh, okay. Oh, Pat was really hard. Pump your brakes. I may have a place for you. Oh, see, we can't get into that right there. We're just gonna take it slow and leave it at slow real quick. That's the new single. If you haven't gotten it, you should go get it. It's on iTunes now. It's called Slow. It's actually under the lyrical rap name of Mobility Man. So you can go get Slow from the Mobility Man on iTunes right now. It has an abstract cover. It's real unique if you ask me. Okay, that's if you ask me, motherfuckers and bitches. Yo, what up? It's your Bunz brother number one and all that. I'm into Bunz Cell, like I said I'd be. And I'm back at it, like real quick, just off the break. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say you should be able to see an item that I'm showcasing right now. You should be following me on YouTube or subscribe on YouTube, all right? I be saying some real shit. You know what I'm saying? You can tune in for yourself. You can figure it out for yourself, and you might even oppose. And you know what? It's fucking all healthy. I think it's healthy for debate. As long as you're not being ignorant, it's healthy for debate. Usually, and I'm gonna just tell you this. Usually, I'm right. So now that we got that out of the way, right? You can still subscribe. You know what I mean? Whether you think I'm an asshole or not. And this is what they call paying the bills on the other shows, right? Well, let me pay my motherfucking bills. Also, I'm going to show another item. My next item is follow me on Google Plus. Like, I don't know what rock a lot of you social network motherfuckers are under. Seems to me though, like y'all skip over Google Plus, and I think, you know, maybe it's for the better. You know what I'm saying? Because especially, and I'm just being authentic, right? When you come from Facebook to Google, you see the extreme difference, and it's like, you don't ever want to go back to Facebook unless you're just doing marketing and promotion, because it's like, where the fuck did I meet these people? And it's usually because you grow up with people on Facebook, right? So when you go there, it's like, it's more the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think you get more upset or maybe even disgusted or frustrated with seeing the people that you grew up with, do a lot of complaining or pointing out shit that's fucked up in the world. And you're just like, damn, you're not getting past that. Like, some of us use social networking for completely different things. So when you're doing it from a business aspect and you go to Facebook, you're just like, damn, this shit is sad. You know what I'm saying? Speaking from my own experience. And when you go to Google Plus, you see the artistic difference. Like, there's so many artists, there's so many people doing their thing on Google Plus. It's like, wow, thank you so fucking much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad there's a place like this. And then you're kind of skeptical about telling your old peers, like, yo, come on over to Google Plus, because you know what? It might not even this work for them. You might be better off just saying, you stay your fucking ass over there. Like, never once said that. True talk, right? However, if you are following me or if you're interested in the things that I have to fucking say here and there, you might as well just fucking come to Google Plus. I'll put you in my own circle. You put me in your own circle. I won't be necessarily your friend. You can hate my guts on the low, right? You can just put me in the circle that's called motherfuckers that who I hate their guts, right? Facebook, you automatically call people your friend. You're like, how the fuck does that happen? Motherfuckers request me and you're supposed to be my friend. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, you get my point, right? So follow me on Google Plus, B. This shit is, I got a couple of blogs going on over there as well. And I got some great people in my circles as well. You know what I'm saying? So take your time. If it don't float your boat, then don't fucking come. All right. Let me pay another bill. This is fun. I like this whole get up right here. Okay. And lastly, you can come chat with me or webcam with me at the Super Egos. The Super Egos is a webcam service that's at my website right now. All right, the link is actually showing right now. You can go there and you can kick it with me. You have to have Super Ego status though. And, there's different statuses. There's Super Ego, there's Ego, and there's Id. You know what I mean? And right now, only Super Ego is available right now, so you probably struggle to actually obtain access to see me right now. However, I want you to go to the site anyway, take a look at it, browse it, and understand how it's going to function, especially when the other statuses get integrated into the system. That will be coming soon. However, if you got a Super Ego, you know what a Super Ego is, give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? It might work out for you, it might not. You know what I mean? However, I want to put you on the game. This is something that will be exercised more as time goes by. All right, motherfuckers and bitches. All right, say up. Let me shut the bills off real quick. You know what I'm saying? Notice my blue moonlight. That's what the fuck I do. All right. So if you can't see me 100% and you like panicking and you're frantic and you're like talking shit, like just chill the fuck out. All right. This is what I do. This is purposely done. It's the fucking lighting that I like. All right. So the fuck is really up, people? What's going on out there? Talk to me. What's really good? You know what? I'm thinking about having a Q&A session today as well. We'll figure it out. I'll let you know. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, that's how the Q&A thing goes. Right now, I'm going to just keep the chat thing open. If you just happen to drop by, you got something to say, you get into the chat room and kick your shit there. All right? Now, let me see what we have on the agenda today. Let's see what it is we are supposed to be talking about. I think we have some interesting things to talk about. All right, first thing we're going to talk about is, some of these memes, right? I think memes cause the most conversation online these days. I think memes are good. I don't believe that all of them are true. You know what I mean? Everybody has different truths. All of them don't resonate with me. However, a lot of them do resonate with me and they make a lot of fucking sense. And it's like, damn, it took social media for people to start saying shit that really make fucking sense. Like, a lot of motherfuckers be scared to say on mainstream television and shit, right? I'm gonna start it off like this, right? Seen a meme, caught my eye, people's posted it. They don't know I took it from them. I might explain it to them later. It says, stop calling men broke because they can't afford to buy or give you things that you can't afford yourself. Ladies, this is directed towards you. Don't fucking jump when I scream, ladies. This shit is directed towards you. All right? Stop calling men broke because they can't afford to buy or give you things that you can't afford yourself. Now, let me tell you something, right? This has a lot of truth to it. And you bitches out there, right? These bitches, right? These bros have had a substantial run with, just being afforded gifts, being able to present themselves in a way that is so attractive and appealing to a man that a man's knees will buckle. A man will do shit that he normally wouldn't be doing if he's on his path. And I should probably say goal-oriented path because all men don't have goals, and I think that's where they suffer sometimes when it comes to women and their desires and their wants, their requests rather from men. Because sometimes women are just request something, right? And men are just be like, yeah, ma, I got you. Like, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, even with dick, bitch might request penis, like, yo, I need some dick. You be like, yo, ma, I got you. Just come on over. Just hit me up when like, look, my nigga. Like, right? That shit is probably fly at a certain particular time in your life. And then that depends on how quick you mature, right? However, you don't understand how that degrades you when you give in to those type of requests, when you give in to those type of demands. You don't even question it. Like, I'm quick to tell a bitch, like, what happened to your money? Fuck happened to your wallet? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? And it's such a strategy, right? Because, and this is why I brought up, it's good that I brought up the super egos webcam service on the site, because when you have a super ego, you don't let your ego get in the way. See, when women win at doing this, calling motherfuckers a bum shit, what they're doing is they're testing the man's ego, and they know that a man's ego is going to get in the way when they present themselves in such a way that if a dude says no, she's gonna be like, fuck you doing out there? You ain't getting no money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't, like, what you doing with yourself, you bum ass nigga? And then that's when niggas be like, what, bitch? I got 5 racks on me right now. Fuck is you talking about? I could take you to this, that, and the third. So why don't you do it then? You be acting like that. You act like you want to get the pussy and all that, but you don't move like a nigga. I think you pump faking. Like, bitches will call you bluff. You know what I'm saying? And then a man's ego getting away, like, yo, let me just go dust this bitch off. You know what I'm saying? And fuck around, you go do that, right? You go spend some money on a broad or whatever. You go buy a gifts or whatever. And fuck around later on, you hit. And then you be like, yo, you start liking this bitch. And it's not because this bitch got depth to her or anything. First of all, you like her game because you fell for it, and now you're like fucking stuck with the bitch. You're stuck for that type of entertainment, I'd call it, because to me it's just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And this is the solution to this. I'm gonna give you motherfuckers game right now. Right? This is the solution to this shit, right? You don't give these bitches gifts. Don't do it. Dudes, don't fucking do it. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? You're gonna get there's a huge difference in the world between consumers and retailers, right? Now, if you consume something from a bitch, that's different. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're probably thinking like, oh, you talking about buying some pussy? Look, I ain't say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting general statements out there. You figure it out. Because there's a receipt when you do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? And there's a science to it, to where something was designed and marketed to you. And if that's what makes you, if that defines your social relationships, your duties and your responsibilities, and how you transcend in life, then you do whatever you do that if it floats your boat. You understand what I'm talking about? However, if you're just going on a whim and you're fucking just buying bitches shit because you think you might get the pussy, or you think they might like you because you do this, or you think it's a strategy so she can tell her friends and be like, oh yeah, this nigga's mad cool, or this nigga got money, you should see what he bought me, then look, that's just you're degrading yourself, man. You're devaluing yourself. You know what I'm saying? However, when you turn it into business, it's a whole different fucking ball game. All right. If you notice, right, if you work in a corporation right now, for instance, let's say you work at a company, I'm pretty sure when the holidays run around, these motherfuckers are buying all types of shit and all types of gifts, fucking baskets of chocolates and shit, and all types of expensive shit start coming through the company, and they start handing this shit out like 2 or 3 days before the motherfucking holiday, right or wrong, right? Where do you think this shit comes from? These are gifts, right? However, these are meaningful gifts, and when I say meaningful, they are business tips. They are fucking beneficial to all parties involved. You know what I'm saying? What happens when you go buy this bitch a pair of J's or whatever, and this bitch go hop her motherfucking ass to some next nigga house, get her face mashed down in the pillow, nigga banging her shit out crazy while she still got the Jordans on that you bought her. Now, I'm not saying like you probably don't care. You know what I'm saying? And you probably don't even think like that. I do. I have to because that's just the type of motherfucker I am. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say I might have seen a couple of bitches in that situation before. So I'm putting you on the game, man. When you see memes like this, right, you gotta fucking put two and two together, man. You gotta stop as a man, B. You gotta stop and think about what it is that you're doing and what it is that you want. Now, don't get me twisted, right? Niggas done fucked the game up already. So I know there's a lot of real motherfuckers. Or let me stop. I've got to stop saying real motherfuckers because I really don't even really know what that means anymore. So I know that there's motherfuckers who have pimp mentalities like me. Motherfucker, my daddy was a pimp. You understand what I'm talking about? So yo, I understand that there's motherfuckers out there that's like me. We are a rare breed, a rare source of intelligence, and we really got to be more low than we used to be because motherfuckers done tainted the game so much. And how they did that is by tricking. These aggressive motherfuckers out here who will do anything for the money, they gunning these bitches down, they chasing these bitches down. And then when these bitches see that shit and they like, what, how much you gonna pay me? Like it don't matter. After a while, once these bitches start taking the payments over and over and over and over again, and this is without even business. This is I'm talking about outside of business. Like motherfuckers is doing this shit just to be social. So when it comes time to go fuck with a nigga like me, who's just like, well, bitch, where your wallet at? Like, bitch, you been out all day and this all the fuck you got? Like, bitch, fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? She gonna look at me or she gonna look at you if you anything like what I'm describing. And she gonna be like, motherfucker, I don't gotta put up with this, you broke motherfucker, that niggas offering me shit, all types of shit. You should see my motherfucking inbox, nigga. Fucking need you. That's where these bitches got all these attitudes from. And they going and they taking that money. Do you knock a bitch? No, you don't knock a bitch. I'm gonna tell you this though, right? You let a bitch do a motherfucking thing. There's an expiration date on behavior like that. It's just true talk because it's against universal law. I'm telling you right now, it's like biblical terms when they say thieves. And they be like, oh, there's people in the high places who don't belong there. That's all it is. That's why it's called tricking because that offer is a trick if it's not based upon solidified groundwork, solidified business, solidified law, because there's a man-made law as well. These man-made laws were generated from the universal law. You understand what I'm talking about? So when these motherfuckers get some excess money, or they even got it from sources or ways that they weren't supposed to get it, and then they go dumping it on these motherfucking broads to dump dick in their ass. Thieves. So don't worry about it. However, just acknowledge that yes, this is a real thing. These bitches trying to beat you in the head. See, this is what happens when they keep taking those offers and they keep taking that money. They start living this lifestyle because they see all the money and they're like, okay, well, I can buy this now. I can afford to buy this now. I can afford to buy this now. And then they have to keep on doing it. It's an ongoing process. They can't stop to get addicted, right? So, like I said, man, let a bitch do a thing. Let a bitch do a thing because you know, without that continuation, that continuous process, bitch gonna be fucked up. She might have to go fuck with a pimp again. She might have to go fuck with the nigga that she was just fucking because she liked him. See, a lot of bitches fuck with a nigga like me because they got other bitches that like them. You know what I'm saying? So they feel secure and they're like, oh, okay, at least I know other bitches want this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel secure in a sense that has nothing to do with money. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker might be grounded more and be like, look, bitch, this is the quota. We need to make this. If we don't make this, you can't be expected to be talking to me, bitch, because we got motherfucking moves to make. And if you just taking away from the pot and you're not adding on to it, bitch, you got to go. You know what I mean? Or you got to put another inch on the motherfucking heels and step up a little bit of fucking higher. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, man, acknowledge that the shit is real. Make better financial decisions. If you a trick and you are mad at me for saying this shit, don't be mad at me, B, that I'm putting you on blast. Everybody knows you a trick, B. Trust me. Because bitches for one can't keep that shit quiet 100%. They telling somebody. And the way you move, motherfuckers like me know you a trick. And trust me when I tell you, I'm not going to be stopping you from doing what you're doing because 9 times out of 10, it's going to end up a way that you contribute to what I do in the end anyway, right? I'm just saying. Dudes who are wandering and have no sense of direction, that's why I said goals have a lot to do with it. Set some goals, motherfuckers. If you're just gonna be victim to this shit for the rest of your motherfucking entirety. What else is on the motherfucking board? Oh, let me pay a bill real quick. Like I said, if you motherfuckers ain't been tuning in, I'll also have the SoundCloud mic going so you can be able to hear this. You don't have to necessarily be there when this is happening live. You can actually go to the motherfucking SoundCloud and just listen to it. Like if you want your motherfucking way, right, and you want to just plug your headphones in and going about your day, if you're on the train or something like that, and you want to listen, it's easy to just do that. All right. All right. I don't know what's up with the motherfucking screen share right now, so we're just gonna move right on along into what the next topic is. Figure out this technical shit in another episode. All right. Keep calm and find a woman with a brain. They all have vaginas. They all have vaginas. Well, when you think about it, right, all bitches got brains too. You know what I'm saying? So I think this meme needs more emphasis, more detail on what exactly they're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? What are you saying when you say that? Find a woman who has a brain. You're saying find a woman who is smart. You're saying find a woman who's intelligent. Okay, I get that. I mean, it doesn't say that. However, I know that's what the part is missing, right? And well, why is this said, right? Before this wasn't said, right? Like I tell some bitches, right? I can relate to this. You know what I'm saying? I tell some bitches like, yo, look, this is what I need you to do. I need you to put that ass up in the air, and I need you to play with my dick the way you've been doing it. All right, don't try no new shit that's outside of your realm because I pick up on it quick, and I'm like, that shit just doesn't resonate well. You've been either watching TV or you've been watching some other bitches move, and you think that you're supposed to participate in that shit too, and it just doesn't fit you, baby. It doesn't fucking fit you. Leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is they are attempting to be smart. They're attempting to be intelligent when they probably are so good in the bed that they should just chill the fuck out unless they're really going to go and get a higher education or they're really just seeking intelligence because intelligence can be learned, right? Everybody doesn't have intelligence, right? It can be learned. However, people are too lazy to practice intelligence. And a lot of this happens with a lot of bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's why me personally, I can identify with it because I deal with women who listen to me a lot. They like to hear me talk. They like to tell me things and they like to hear me respond. They like the interaction because they learn things from me that they don't already know. If they knew it, they wouldn't give a fuck. They won't try to contact me. You know what I mean? So I could tell that a broad is seeking intelligence in ways like that. However, even some of those broads, they won't necessarily learn how to be intelligent from that. So it's like, damn, I won't say it's just like one ear and out the other. However, I just say, when you teach some, you're supposed to apply knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So there's times when you can interact with a bitch. You tell her some real G shit, some real motherfucking gems, and this bitch don't go apply it in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like she just goes and done, and you can observe her, and you can like, yo, this bitch is just dumber than a box of rocks, yo. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, it don't matter what I tell this bitch. You know what I'm saying? She just like to be involved in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? She just like to sound my voice and some shit, but she don't care about the shit that happens with me. And trust me when I tell you, like, you end up leaving some of these bitches, right? I get what the meme is saying. You end up leaving some of these bitches, D, because you could come by, dump dick all in their ass, real good too, right? be up all night with these bitches, telling them all types of gems from the other world and all the spiritual realms that these bitches don't have no idea even existed, right? And they're up like a fucking kid at bedtime stories and shit, right? And they're fucking fascinated by this shit. And you think you really hitting the vein in a bitch, right? Listen, my nigga, when you leave, because you will, because you're just that type of motherfucking breed, you probably are leaving for about a week or two at a time. You got shit to do, right? So what does this bitch go and do? This bitch with no brain. She goes and invites all types of motherfuckers over to her crib. And she might not do it at first, but these motherfuckers will call her like, yo, what's up, bitch? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? And then the bitch be so bored because an interesting motherfucker like you ain't around anymore. And she knows you're too busy doing other fascinating shit in the universe. So she offers these motherfuckers to come over to her house. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. It's so easy to converse with people who lack intelligence that is done more often. So everything, all the gems you just dropped on this bitch, she's not gonna practice that shit once these motherfuckers come trampling in with the 40s and blunts, nigga. You understand? Loud packs, gas, whatever you call that shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Miller Lights, High Times, Bud Ice, Lime, Mike's Lemonade. All right, let me stop saying these names. I ain't getting paid for this shit. You know what I mean? You get the point though, right? It's all this bitch, this intelligent, smart shit for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I get what the meme is saying. The meme is saying find a bitch who's smart, who's really seeking to learn knowledge. Now, there's a lot of talk going on out here, right? Which is bullshit if you ask me, about, these higher educational systems, or, they're the devil and yada, 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 yada. If you haven't tried it, if you haven't attempted it, and you haven't tried to apply it, you really shouldn't speak like that, because there are students out there in the world who are learning a lot of beneficial shit. And the reason why you don't hear about them is because they don't want to be associated with you because of this meme. They picked up on what this meme means. They like, look, I want to attract an like mind in some type of form or fashion, right? So even if the person didn't have a higher education, they're like, all right, at least let me talk to a broad who seeks intelligence. And like I said, like I will still talk to a broad who seeks intelligence, even though I know some of them will not apply it after I leave. It's still cool because they're still seeking it. You know what I mean? So I'm not too above and beyond speaking to a person who's looking for that type of conversation. I'm just saying though, B, like, yo, there's a lot of great things to learn out there. And when you're learning that stuff and you attract a like mind, oh baby, that shit is just like crazy, man. Like the sex is going to be phenomenal. I can just guarantee you. And you know why? Because the smarter people in the world, they deprive themselves a lot from the easy stuff. They did all the easy stuff and they realized that shit keeps you in a simple realm. And they're just like, yo, they get bored with this shit. Like me, I get bored. Like I'll fall in love with a bitch in 5 minutes. However, I will get bored 20 minutes later if this bitch is not doing what. And I have high expectations. Like I have some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bitch, if you're not even inching towards that, like I gotta go. Like I'll get cold. You know what I mean? And you're like, yo, where's this nigga at? I'm just like, well, you gotta do some interesting shit to get me. And I'm not saying it's done, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I gotta get the fuck away from you right now because you're not keeping the spark lit. You know what I'm saying? I need that interesting shit. So I'll go fuck with a broad who I know is depriving herself. You know, I'm like an online master now, so I'll just shoot a nice fucking text. You know what I'm saying? A nice fucking inbox saying some real dawn shit. And 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna have to wait a little bit, but that's all right though, because I know this bitch is extremely intelligent. So when she finally does get back to me, I'm still satisfied. That's all. See, when you're dealing with the simple, and I'm not saying simple people reply quick because I reply to text real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I move though, because I want to get it done and over with. Like if I see it, I'm gonna attack it because I want to get it done. Unless it's like some real heavy business shit, and something I gotta think about more. I'll let it sit there. But if it's just being social, like when I'm on with a broad, I'm hitting her back quick because I want to know stuff. You know what I mean? And then we can get it out of the way, and then we go back to what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, straight up. When you get in contact with these bitches, you already know you're being deprived because they're just as busy as you are. You know what I mean? So it's something to be more happy about. You know, and you're like, damn, this is like the best part of my day. So sometimes you just gotta tell these other bitches who don't possess that, you just gotta be like, yo, suck my dick until I cry. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying smart bitches don't know how to do that shit. Some smart bitches know how to, and you'll be shocked what a smart bitch know how to do in the bed. I'm just saying, if you can't get in contact with her at the time, and you got your motherfucking nympho hoes out there on the side who don't really give a fuck, they ain't doing too much. Yo, tell her suck your dick till you cry, man. What's next? True talk. I'm telling you like it is. Old hoes. Do you miss boning your old buns? Fuck yeah, I do. I'm single though. Let me tell you, like my people's posted this. I'm not gonna put her name out there because I haven't like negotiated anything with her like that, right? However, she's good at this shit. When she says things, I be listening, yo, because even some of the shit I oppose, you know what I'm saying? So what though? You know what I mean? It's still healthy for debating. And when I get the opportunity to go look on her page or whatever, and I see some high shit, I take that shit and I talk about it. She was talking about how she missed some of her old hoes now that she's in a relationship. And it happens, B. That shit happens, man. That shit happens. The same way that when you're not with anybody, nobody, everybody's pussyfoot and they kind of like got cold feet when they're trying to get with you. Or as soon as they know you're in a relationship, they're like throwing the fucking pussy at you, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like she was thinking about her old dingling while she's now in this new relationship, and that's some honest shit to say. You know what I'm saying? And I think that comes from. This is what I think that comes from. I think it comes from the freedoms of being single. See, the great thing about being single is when you don't have those type of attachments on you and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is you're free to roam. And so when you do get some pussy, it's like the greatest thing ever because you're not committed to this bitch. And this bitch knows that you're not committed to her. So it's so much of a stress relief off of your back. As in contrast to relationships, you gotta like, keep it 100, or you're supposed to keep it 100 with that person you're dealing with because that's what people base relationships on today. You know what I mean? Monogamy and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't. And that's a whole other story. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking in regards to how this woman had put it. And, I think that just comes from giving up your freedom of being single because even though you may deprive yourself of sex more because when you're in a relationship, you're like spending nights at each other's house and stuff like that. So it's like in-house dick, it's in-house pussy. You turn it over, you roll over, bang, 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 you're bunning all crazy, right? It's fucking so fucking much fun. It's convenient for you. And then but you get to thinking back, like, a lot of your freedoms are gone because you used to be single, you used to probably go out more, you used to probably mingle more, you probably used to converse more, and it was more of a, like she put it, dick on demand type situation to where she could just go in a Rolodex and be like, click a button, and it was like ordering a service. You know what I mean? You got to think about that. That is something type huge to give up. That's true. That's a huge amount of freedom if you was to put freedom in technical terms, right? As to where now you're in this like fucking box with this one person, and it's like you better put that fucking Rolodex down, bitch. When I'm on the motherfucking scene, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, yes, daddy, and then the bitch get to thinking like, damn, she probably thinking about all of the fun times she had because it was daring, it was exciting, it was something new to do. She fucked the dude on the same night she met him type shit, or she was just able to play the field and do stuff like that. And I can relate because I'm able to play the field as much as I motherfucking want without bitches like, trying to take my head off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I present myself in a way that says, look, I'm a hoe. You know what I'm saying? This is what you get. You know what I mean? If you don't want to fuck with me, you don't want to fuck with me, that's fine. I don't present myself to be some monogamous motherfucker that's gonna fall out of the sky with the fucking armor on and just be like, no, my bitch, my bitch, my bitch. No, bitch, where the wallet at? Where the motherfucking went, bitch? You understand what I'm talking about? And do I miss my old hoes? I do. And it's more because of the experience. Like I said, it's more because of, for me, it's like what leads up to getting the bonds. You know what I'm saying? How did this occur? What steps took place before it happened? You know what I mean? What made me want to go get it? What made you want to come get some? You know what I'm saying? Like, those things are what make it, for me, to where I'd be like, yeah, I miss this old bitch. Yeah, I don't really look at it as old. I just look at it like the experience. I miss experiencing that bomb ass mouth though. You know what I'm saying? I miss those bums in the air getting smacked all crazy. Sheep rocking these bitches and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? Of course I miss that shit. Who wouldn't? I think shit gets boring when you get in a relationship. From what I remember before, you know, like I said, I get bored. You know what I'm saying? So a motherfucker get bored. What you supposed to do? You're supposed to go look for something exotic, something that'll change your life, a new experience, right or wrong. Shit. Better get with the program, B. So, all right, I'm gonna open up for a little bit of Q&A. Oh shit, my viewer left. Whoever they were. They were there and I appreciate that. First time back up on the show. It's a process. I'm not gonna give up because I have 0 viewers right now. I'm going to make this announcement again. It will be on SoundCloud. The Bunz Cell will be on SoundCloud, and I'll probably pick up followers and listeners from there as well. So, like I said, you know, I'm just grateful. I have gratitude. I just seen this post earlier from this woman on Instagram. I'm not even going to blow up who she is because you motherfuckers be trying to like get my bitches. my bitch. Nah. Real talk though, true talk though. Like she said some shit. She said, thank you, universe, for everything. You know what I mean? I feel the same way. All day I've been feeling the same way. And gratitude is like, I think these days for me anyway, gratitude is like 85% of this whole fruition shit. This whole thing that's called success, because you just gotta have gratitude. Since I've been having so much gratitude in everything, like things have just been aligning right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thankful. I have gratitude for sleep. I have gratitude for the smallest things. And I think that responds in tenfold to when it's genuine and it's just like, oh man, like yeah, this shit is fucking great. So with that being said, I'm just thankful to be able to be doing this again. You know what I'm saying? I had to take a time out because of technical issues, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm back. I'm just happy to be able to be doing it. You know what I mean? It's fun just expressing myself. So yo, I'm gonna close this off, right? And this will be posted on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it and you can get it. Once you watch it, you can get familiar with how it operates. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also be prepared to see the showcased products that I'll put up in the next shows in case you want to learn how to buy products and services that I sell as well. And there will be Q&A sessions, I believe. Don't mark my words on that yet. You know what I mean? Because sometimes Q&A gets a little crazy. It's still the infancy of the show, and I'm not sure how that's going to resonate yet. However, I will open a chat room. That's what I'm going to do, as a matter of fact. I will be opening a chat room on each Bunz Cell show, so you can at least inquire or say the things that you think you want to say, so we can interact with each other. So you don't just hear me talking all the time. All right. Until then, that's what you're gonna have to get, motherfuckers. Until I motherfucking resonate hard enough to where the waves start pushing, and then all of a sudden the viewers are just up to who knows what the fuck. I'm not even gonna give it a number because I might limit my motherfucking self. All right, you motherfuckers and bitches, subscribe.